Think Puerto Rican food is just rice, beans, and a little roast pork, and that's it? Not even close. If you grew up in Boricua, some flavors just don't taste good. They feel like a hug you can chew. You hear the pilon working, you smell garlic hitting oil, you see a pot on the stove that's been simmering long enough to fix your whole mood. These are 20 Puerto Rican foods that taste like home. Number 20. Medalla/local Puerto Rican beer. This is the taste of an island moment in a cold bottle. Medalla isn't trying to be complicated. It's the kind of beer you crack open and the aroma hits first. Then, the sip goes down smooth and easy, like it belongs next to whatever's on your plate. It's the beer that shows up when you're grilling, when you're watching the game, when you're outside with music playing and somebody's laughing too loud. It tastes like home because it's part of the background of good times. You don't analyze it, you just reach for it, and suddenly the night feels more Boricua. Number 19. Piña colada/coconut pineapple rum drink. Puerto Rico doesn't just serve piña coladas. Puerto Rico claims them with its whole chest. You can feel the pride in how often it appears, and how quickly people will argue about where the real one was born. And that's the home part right there. A piña colada is creamy, cold, sweet, and tropical. But it's also a vibe, vacation energy with a little rum confidence. You drink it at sunset, you drink it at a bar, you drink it at a gathering where the music is soft at first, and then suddenly it isn't. It tastes like home because it's not just a drink. It's Puerto Rico saying, relax. You're here. Number 18. Croquetas/creamy fried croquettes. Croquetas are the kind of appetizer you swear you'll just try one, and then you blink and they're gone. They show up at restaurants, at family parties, at those tables where there are a million small plates, and nobody's sitting down properly because everyone's talking. The outside is crisp and breadcrumb crunchy, but the inside is soft and creamy, usually with flavors like ham, beef, or whatever your house loves. They taste like home because they're comfort in bite-sized form, and the second you dip one in sauce, your brain goes into party mode. Be honest. Team Croquetas or Team Empanadillas? Number 17. Pan de Mallorca con jamón y queso/sweet bread with ham and cheese. Mallorca bread is soft, swirled, and lightly sweet, dusted with powdered sugar like it's dressed for a special occasion even if it's a random morning. And then you take that sweet bread and stuff it with salty ham and melty cheese. And it becomes this perfect sweet and savory combo that makes you pause for a second. You eat it for breakfast with coffee, or you grab it when you're hungry but you don't want anything heavy. It tastes like home because it's bakery comfort, the kind of thing you bite into and think, oh yeah. This is Puerto Rican life. Warm bread, sweet dusting, salty filling, and a coffee nearby like a witness. Number 16. Quesitos/puff pastry. Cream cheese treats. Quesitos feel like the panaderia saying, I know you're stressed, so here. They're little puff pastry rolls filled with sweetened cream cheese, baked until flaky and glossy. Like the outside is delicate, but the inside is pure comfort. Some versions bring in guava, some bring in dulce de leche, but the core feeling stays the same. A pastry that tastes like a treat you grew up seeing in the display case. The one you begged for while adults ordered coffee. Quesitos taste like home because they're small but emotional. One bite and you're back to being a kid with sticky fingers and big feelings. 15. Maduros/amarillos, sweet fried plantains. Maduros are the sweet side of the plantain story, and they're the side dish that makes the whole plate feel more loving. Ripe plantains fry up golden, the edges caramelize, and the inside turns soft and buttery like it was made to calm you down. You eat them with rice and beans, next to pork, next to chicken, next to anything salty that needs a sweet counterbalance. They taste like home because they feel like a reward tucked onto your plate. That little golden sweetness that makes you slow down for a second. And if you've ever eaten them straight from the pan, you already know the danger. Team Tostones or Team Maduros? Number 14. Tostones/crispy fried. Green plantains. Tostones are what happens when someone in the kitchen means business. You hear the oil, you hear the smash, you hear that crisp crack when they fry again. They're green plantain slices, fried, flattened, and fried again, until they turn into salty, crunchy little discs that work with everything. They show up next to pork, next to chicken, next to beans, or just by themselves with mayo ketchup or garlic sauce. They taste like home because nobody announces them. They just appear like a rule of the table, and you eat them without thinking because your hands know what to do. Number 13, mayo ketchup / the boricua dip. This is not just sauce. This is Puerto Rico's unofficial glue. Mayo ketchup is that pink, creamy, slightly sweet, slightly tangy dip that makes fried food feel complete. It lives next to Tostones, next to Alcapurrias, next to Empanadillas, next to anything crispy that needs a soft landing. It tastes like home because it's everywhere, and once you start dipping, everything suddenly makes sense. It's the kind of condiment that turns a snack into a ritual. And if your family adds extra seasoning or garlic to theirs, you already know that's a whole personality trait. Number 12, empanadillas / pastelillos, fried turnovers. Empanadillas taste like a paper bag that's still warm when you open it. The shell is crisp and bubbly from the fry, and inside you get fillings that are pure comfort. Picadillo-style beef, chicken, cheese, whatever your favorite spot does best. The first bite is always crunch first, then savory, then that salty, oily satisfaction that makes you reach for water, then immediately reach for another one anyway. They taste like home because they're portable, casual, and social. Nobody needs a fork. You just grab one and keep talking like you never left. Number 11, picadillo a la puertorriqueña / seasoned ground beef. Picadillo is one of those foods that shows up everywhere without ever getting old. Ground beef cooked down with sofrito, tomato sauce, and those briny little touches like olives, until it turns thick and saucy like it was born to land on a plate of rice. It's used as a filling. It's served as the main. It sneaks into other dishes, like a secret weapon. It tastes like home because it's the smell of the kitchen turning into dinner. Garlic, peppers, onions. Then that savory sweet moment when it's done, and you know rice is about to get involved. Team picadillo with olives or no olives. Number 10, pollo guisado / stewed chicken. Pollo guisado is weeknight home energy in a pot. Chicken simmering until it gets tender, surrounded by a sauce built from that familiar Puerto Rican foundation, sofrito, seasonings, tomato, plus those little pops of brine that make the whole thing feel unmistakably boricua. The real magic is the liquid. That sauce is not a side detail. That sauce is the point, because it's what soaks into your rice, your plantains, your bread, if you're lucky enough to have some nearby. It tastes like home because every family does it differently, and you don't just miss the dish, you miss your version. Number 9, habichuelas guisadas / stewed beans. Habichuelas guisadas are the quiet backbone of Puerto Rican meals. They don't need to show off. They just show up and make everything feel complete. Beans simmered in a seasoned base until the broth turns thick, savory, spoonable. Basically, a sauce you pour over rice, like it's the final step of love. Sometimes you get ham. Sometimes you get potatoes. Sometimes you get that extra orange glow from achiote. But the comfort stays the same. They taste like home because beans and rice in Puerto Rico isn't struggle food. It's care food. It's the reset button meal for a busy day. Number 8, arroz mompostao / mixed rice and beans. Arroz mompostao is what happens when leftovers become legendary. It's that iconic Puerto Rican move where yesterday's rice and beans don't get thrown away, they get upgraded. The beans and rice cook together until everything turns moist and flavorful. Like the plate is tighter, richer, more seasoned than it was the first time. You eat it for breakfast sometimes. You eat it as a side. You eat it because it tastes like someone who knows how to stretch a meal without sacrificing flavor. It tastes like home because it's practical and delicious at the same time. And that's a very Puerto Rican kind of genius. Number 7. Arroz con gandules / rice with pigeon peas. Arroz con gandules is the centerpiece that makes the table feel bigger the second it lands. The grains pick up that orange-tinted richness from sofrito, spices, and all the flavor built into the pot. And then you get the little briny surprises, olives, cutting through the starch like a perfect little snap. It's holiday coated, but honestly, it can turn a random Tuesday into a celebration. And then there's the bottom layer, that crispy pegao everyone pretends they're not fighting over. Team pegao or team fluffy rice. Asopao de pollo / chicken and rice stew. Asopao is what shows up when life feels heavy and someone decides you need comfort immediately. It's not quite soup, not quite rice, more like a thick, cozy stew where rice swells inside a seasoned broth until it turns creamy and filling. You get the Puerto Rican flavor base, sofrito, spices, those briny notes like olives and capers in some versions, and chicken so tender it practically falls apart when you look at it. Asopao tastes like home because it's the bowl you eat slowly, and by the time you're done, your shoulders are lower. Also, if your family has ever served this after a late night, you know it's not just food, it's recovery. 5. Alcapurrias / stuffed fritters. Alcapurrias are the sound of the beach kiosk, oil popping, paper plates stacking. Somebody calling your order while the air smells like fried plantain and salty happiness. They're golden fritters made from a masa that mixes green banana with yaodia, colored warm with achiote, then stuffed with seasoned meat and fried until the outside turns crisp and bronzed. The first bite is always hot enough to humble you, but you do it anyway because the flavor is worth it. They taste like home because they feel like summertime, even if it's not summer. Team Alcapurrias or Team Bacalaitos. Number 4. Bacalaitos / salt cod fritters. Bacalaitos are crunchy, briny, and dangerously addictive. They're fritters made with salted cod mixed into a seasoned batter, fried thin so they come out crisp and golden like a savory pancake. You see them at festivals, kiosks, beach spots, anywhere people are eating with their hands and living their best life. The home part is how familiar that flavor is. Salty cod, warm seasoning. That fried comfort that feels like it's been part of the island's rhythm forever. One bacalaito, and suddenly you're craving a whole Puerto Rican plate around it. Because that's how they work. They don't stand alone. They start a chain reaction. 3. Mofongo / garlic mashed plantains. If you grew up Boricua, mofongo isn't just a dish, it's a mood. You hear the pylon before you see the plate, and that garlic smell tells your brain, okay, we're safe. Fried green plantains get mashed until they turn dense and warm, usually with crispy pork folded in, so every bite has crunch and salt. Then it gets dressed up however your house does it. Maybe brothy caldo on the side, maybe shrimp and sauce, maybe chicken creole, maybe just extra garlicky mojo poured over the top like a blessing. Mofongo tastes like home because it's heavy in the best way. It sits in your body like, yes, you are cared for. Team Mofongo with shrimp or Team Mofongo plain and extra garlic. Number 2. Pernil / roasted pork shoulder. Pernil is the smell that tells you something special is happening later. Pork shoulder rubbed down with garlic, herbs, and that marinade energy that makes the whole house smell like it's preparing to love you. It roasts low and slow until the meat turns tender, and the outside gets that crackly, salty edge everybody tries to claim. The best part is the crispy skin, cuerito, the piece people pretend they don't want while clearly wanting it the most. Pernil tastes like home because it doesn't feel casual. It feels planned, like somebody expected you to show up hungry and wanted to make sure you left full. All you need is rice, maybe beans, and one perfect bite with a little crispy skin. Number 1. Pastels / holiday root veg. Pockets. Pastels taste like teamwork. They're not just food, they're an event. The kitchen turns into an assembly line, grating, seasoning, filling, wrapping, tying. Family hands moving like everyone already knows their role. The masa is a blend of green bananas and root vegetables, filled with stewed pork and those salty little touches, like olives and capers, then wrapped in banana leaves and boiled until everything turns soft, savory, and deeply seasoned. Pastels taste like home because making them is part of the celebration. Especially around the holidays, they don't just show up. They arrive with history, laughter, and that feeling of, we did this together. Even in the diaspora, one pastel can make an apartment feel like the island again. Now we want to know yours. Which of these is number one in your house? Are you team pastels forever? Or is your heart loyal to Mofongo, Arroz con Gandules, or that perfect Pernil with Quesitos? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more food stories that taste like home, subscribe. Because Borichua classics aren't just meals, they're memories you can reheat.